Shem, good choice. The sacred family line. Or is it? Well, even Jesus Christ himself came from this line, so it must be. Or did he? Going through the genealogy, we might figure out a few things we may not have originally known. Let's take a look. Shem's first son was Elam. Now, Elam became Iran. Son number 2 was Asher. Asher became Assyria. Now, we know that Nimrod built cities in Assyria, so there was mixing between Ham and Shem there. The next child's name is Arphaxad, and this is a special one. Well, not him per se, but his descendants, because he's got plenty. One son of Arphaxad, named Salah, is listed, and Salah's child is Eber. Now, I wondered why Eber was listed when they mentioned Shem's name, and I got a lot more than I asked for. I mean, if we look at the family tree, we see that Abraham comes from Eber, so perhaps it was to acknowledge that the children of Israel have a direct line to him. But a lot of other interesting tidbits came in. First of all, look at how old he gets to be. I mean, I know this isn't a theory video, but I focused on that when I saw it. According to the timeline, this dude was still alive when Abraham was born. Not just that, he outlived him. I mean, that's pretty serious. Shem, who lived through the flood of Noah, was around to tell Abraham about the planet's condition prior to all that water. I think it should be a big faith builder when you have these guys like Noah and Shem who are outliving all of the children and flat out telling you about the one true God and what happens when you don't stay in his protection. I mean, I just don't get how they abandoned God again and tried to build a Tower of Babel when Noah and Shem were still alive. It's pretty awesome. But obviously, Eber took a hold of the lessons because according to Jewish tradition, the very language Hebrew is taken from Eber. Eber, Hebrew. Sounds similar, right? According to the tradition, they say it's because he's the only one who refused to participate in the building of the Tower of Babel, and thus his language, the original language taken from Shem and Noah, stayed with him whilst everyone else's was confounded. So then his language, Hebrew, would go down all the way to Abraham and eventually to the children of Israel themselves. Just an interesting tidbit and possible justification on why Eber was mentioned before all the children. But back to the rest of those children. Eber had 2 sons named Peleg and Joktan. Joktan became Arabia and had plenty of kids. Joktan's sons' names were Almadad, Shelef, Hazarmaveth, which strangely means village of death. Wonder what was going on there. Jirah, Hadaram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, and here is another Shiva. No, not that Shiva. This should let you know that there was further mixing going on. Then we have Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. Moving right along, the 4th son was named Lud, who produced the Ludum, which came from Mizraim. Again, there was mixing. So much for pure race. Son number 5 is Aram, and Aram became Mesopotamia and Syria. His sons are Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. No, not that Mash. And with that, we end Shem's line, in Genesis 10 anyway. Amazing where many people of today come from, isn't it? Just as amazing as his 2 brothers. Click on them to view their genealogies. Or, if you are ready, click here for the big finale.